Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Curses, also maybe vampires, at our regular usual time this time on our regular usual day. Um, Last time, the crew managed to figure out what the heck was going on in the church, or rather, found out that there was a zombie in the church, which they fought, uh, and they rescued a child who was currently locked in the basement. But Arthur was absolutely covered with gunk, and it was very not cool. Same thing with poor Nicholas. So they decided before they tried to go back into town, they should find a way to clean up. Oh, also, they found the body of the girl's parents, or rather, the girl's mother, in their house. Nicholas robbed them blind, and Ollie, no, he didn't. Ollie gathered up some accoutrements and keepsakes for the child. Then they all broke into the cemetery to go wash themselves because there's a well in there, and that sounded like a great idea after all the rumors that they heard about something trying to keep things in the cemetery contained and all of the chains that were on the gate there. That seemed like a great idea. So they did it, and they saw weird figures in the mist in the cemetery, as you do. And while Arthur and Nicholas chilled at the well trying to wash themselves up, Ollie decided to creep towards whatever was there to check it out. Rolled an absolutely stellar stealth roll. So good news is was not spotted. Bad news is it's zombie children. Better news is Gon found out that the little girl they rescued has a bite on her arm, and she's not looking so great. And that's where we're picking up.
Mm.
Brilliant.
So, Gon, what are you doing?
Gosh, that is a good question. One I definitely have the answer to. He's probably quietly panicking a little. He's like, all right, don't scratch it. It'll be okay. I'll be back in a second. Maybe you just, why don't you just sit tight? I'm gonna see what's holding them up.
Oh, okay. Bring back food.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Okay. And she kind of just sits down in the grass as bidden. She's still a little bit in shock and absolutely devastated at the loss of her mother, so it's understandable. She just kind of sits there, hugging her knees, occasionally
Mm-hmm.
going to scratch at her arm before stopping herself because she was told not to.
Oh yeah. She's a good girl.
Poor thing.
And so Gon, as you approach the gates right there, Ollie, we're gonna switch back to you because you just saw child zombies in the graveyard. They haven't noticed you yet, but there is one kind of standing and swaying right there, just in the periphery, just beyond the mausoleum that you're looking at. Ollie will go back to quietly inform the others what he saw and that they should leave quickly. So Ollie is going to, with that 27, I think it was, stealth, 24 stealth that he rolled, quietly backtrack and just kind of reach out and put an arm on Arthur as he's washing himself and say, um, we need to go now.
Oh, what? Why? Did you see something? Arthur kind of squints into the mist.
Shh, shh. They're zombies.
Okay.
Did you
Other
see
kind
how
of-
many?
Washes quieter but faster.
Let's see, what was your perception roll? We needed that 19, and Ollie kind of casts his gaze over once more. A lot.
Lot. How many? Like 3, 4?
Quadruple that.
Okay, let's go. Arthur kind of shakes himself off like a shaggy dog, kind of that rattle.
I'm sorry, did you wearing metal armor just shake yourself off? Did you just ring a fucking
Look,
dinner
he's
bell?
not the smartest doggo in the world, okay?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Alright. You hear a collective, eerie groan coming from the mists about you and the shuffling of footsteps that are rapidly growing closer. What the fuck do you all do?
Get to the gates.
Okay, so you start running for the gates, and as you do so, you see several small childlike figures starting to emerge from the mists. They are staggering in your direction. They are not as quick as the zombie that was inside of the church itself, not as direct and driven as that one, but they are staggering in your direction. Gon, as you take a step inside the gates to peer around and look for your compatriots, you abruptly see them literally barreling straight towards you.
Alright, I jump over to the side, because that is a very terrifying thing.
You coming, Nicholas?
Nicholas, the perfect cat, just hid behind the well and let everybody else run past him.
As Ollie is running, he's going to reach into his pack, fumbling wildly, grab a ration and throw it behind him, to try and slow down the children. Let's see. What kind of roll would that be? Would that be persuasion or performance? It's persuasion. Like, two of the kids stop to kind of reach down and grasp at the ration, tearing it apart with their fingers, shoving it in their mouths along with some grave dirt.
What the
Animal
hell's
handling.
going on?
Ollie. Ollie says it's animal handling.
I mean, fair.
You should totally post these in character.
Say game discussion or character?
In character roleplay, yeah. That way everybody can see the
Alright,
funny
yeah.
shit you're posting. It's awesome.
Please.
Also, just in case I don't hear the ping. But yeah. Nicholas, are you coming? You're in a graveyard of dead children.
Yes, sorry. I was apparently muted, but I didn't say too much. But yeah, he is going to follow the group since there are many of these undead children.
Yep, alright, so you charge out after them, and Ollie says that he wants to slam the gates shut and lock them. Anybody assisting him in doing so before the children of the dead get here?
Yep, Gon
Arthur is definitely
locking the gate.
throwing his strength into keeping the gates shut until Ollie can get them locked and chained and whatever is however state they were in before we opened.
Nicholas will help barricade the gate. We'll help Arthur barricade the gate. If there's nothing around us, just use like the. Is it like just a two-way gate, or does it open a certain way?
It opens outwards towards you.
So if there's nothing to help barricade it, like push up against it with Arthur, if that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
much, yeah.
Nicholas and Arthur can roll strength checks. Ollie and Gan will roll sleight of hand or dexterity checks as they get those chains threaded and locked up.
So is mine an aid check, or is it just? I forget how that works in 5e.
So it depends on the situation. In this case, I was just going to take the collective number and
Okay, cool. I didn't know if I was, dude. Yeah. Oh no, Ollie.
It's okay. It's okay. Gan's terror made up for it.
I also got my my shield with my holy symbol on it at the ready, just in case.
Excellent.
Good thinking.
Alrighty.
Can
so...
Arthur kind of pant and ask, where is the girl? Since Gon kind of appeared in the gates without her.
Children with
Why did
religion
you leave the kid?
that will stop them.
Yeah, just
I mean-
walks up and is like, "Do you have a moment to talk about God?" And they all run away.
I was an altar boy once. No.
Look at the benefits of being an altar boy. Free alcohol,
God damn.
even when you're 10.
Actually, for all children, as long as you've taken First Communion, you're allowed to drink it.
I just pulled an age out of my butt.
A former Catholic school recipient here. It was great. Sarcasm intended.
Funny thing is, we never did the I think they. Honestly, I don't remember, but we never did like the passing around of the blood of Jesus Christ. Only like the little wafers. So it's like blows my mind every time I see it in TV that they actually do it in America.
The wafers.
Yeah.
The wafers are
The goblet itself. Yeah, I'm like, we did the body of Christ. We didn't do the blood of Christ. That was for the priest part.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think like all of the churches are different depending on the specific doctrine of faith. I know that the Catholic churches in America, though, it's there's the body of Christ and the blood of Christ, and then if you're allowed to take communion, you definitely take the wafer, and then you get to choose whether you're doing the cup or not. And honestly, I would have chose neither if I had a choice.
Yeah, but I don't think they offer the cup, only on like maybe Easter or something. And even then, it's like they dip the wafer and like they don't pass it around here. That's just weird to me.
They didn't.
And yes,
pass it.
Catholic Church.
Yeah, they didn't pass it in mine either. There was a guy, the deacon, standing there, and he was holding it, and he would offer it to you, and you drank from it if you wanted to, and if you didn't, you moved on, and then he would wipe it after every person, and then offer it to the next person. And that's just so unsanitary. So unsanitary.
Yeah,
I mean, it's alcohol.
But
It does some sanitation by itself, but.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, yes, scare the children with the holy
Religion.
symbol. Yes, and.
So
Yeah.
with Nicholas and Arthur's combined strength scores, they managed to hold the doors shut while Ollie and Gon chained them and locked them. Ollie's hands are shaking so badly that they become incorporeal a couple of times, so the chain just kind of passes right through them and falls on the ground. He has to pick it up again, and then he forgets how to keep his hands manifested, and they're shaking, and then falls again. He has to pick it back up. Gon is just whipping chains around bars so fast they're a blur, just like boop, 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 boop. Let's go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Arthur is kind of leaning against the gates and kind of shoved forward and back, like, you know how they are pounding on it. It's like, quicker, quicker, please work, hurry, hurry. Also, where is the child?
The groans,
Yeah.
the groans of the dead grow louder as they grow closer to the gate, and then just as you lock it, a tiny arm shoots out and scrambles and grabs at the back of you, Arthur.
I kind of slap it, like I slap a child reaching for an extra cookie. Like, nope, nope, stop it.
Ollie's probably correct. And before Gon tells the party the girl is a zombie, and Nick just kind of chucks her over the fence. Okay, let's go. Alright, anyway, you've managed to chain up the fence. Arthur, you were asking Gon where the girl was. I'm sorry. I kept cutting you off.
It's okay. I kind of imagine it that he's like holding the gate and asking about the girl, and Gon is just laser focused on actually getting the gate locked.
Oh no, I was trying to reply.
So it's perfect.
Yeah, I know this is old news to y'all, but we got a problem. Yep, another one. How's that? Is that gonna hold? Okay, good. What? Tell me what you make of this.
What do I make of this?
Yeah, we go back to the girl.
She's still sitting exactly where you left her, kind of looking sorrowfully over her shoulder at the house where her mother's body was.
Hey, sweetheart, can you show us? We really should take a look at that, your arm.
Okay. And she rolls up her sleeve, which is kind of dampened a little bit, blackened with the old blood, and shows you a bite mark that looks like it was made from adult human teeth.
Oh, that does not look good.
Now there's a purplish kind of hint to the areas of flesh around it, and it's kind of spidering out through her veins, kind of crawling along them. It's only taken up part of her forearm at the moment and hasn't extended beyond that.
Arthur kind of crouches down, trying to make himself as small as possible and not too threatening. May I take a closer look at that little one? Kind of holds out one paw.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. You're a big scary wolf man who now has wet, slightly gore-spattered fur. Oh, it's good.
Oh.
You give her the
I am
puppy
a wet
dog
puppy!
eyes. You give her the puppy dog eyes. They're like deep and sorrowful. You get low enough that you're actually looking up at her, so they have that kind of look to it, and your tail is like gently pitter-pattering the grass behind you as you're like, I am good dog. I am good dog. Such good boy.
Shoot that puppy.
Much good and boy. She offers you her
Special
her
move
arm.
gave me the other things.
Sorry, what was
Do
that?
I
Nicholas?
need to...
Oh no, sorry. My bad.
Go ahead.
I apologize. Where am I right now?
You're currently
We're
outside the fence. They're looking
Yeah.
at a bite on the arm of the little girl, and Arthur just rolled a great persuasion check for the little girl to like let him see her arm closer up.
okay. Yeah, I'm watching this. I think it might be a sleight of hand or a stealth. What I want to do is
Please
I'll
don't eat the
grab my-
child.
No, I'm just readying my knife.
Please don't kill the child.
No, I'm not.
It
not.
It would be a sleight of hand if you don't want anybody to notice it.
Yeah, no, I don't want anyone to notice it. I'm basically readying an attack. I'm not going to attack. I'm readying an attack.
No, you're bad at this. You're bad at sneaking.
And Ollie is definitely shooting daggers at you with his eyes, like, don't you dare.
Ollie is just like over top
Arthur
of you,
is-
staring down.
Yeah. Arthur is too busy trying to be the most docile, harmless puppy that ever was.
With a natural 20, he is very much succeeding. She gives you her arm to look at closer.
I need to roll anything to know whether I can lay on hands away them. Be bite.
That'll be a religion or a medicine check.
I do need to roll for it, okay. Yeah, I know. I
Oh, have you
can.
not heard of how monstrous children can be?
Ollie says,
So Arthur,
Ollie says,
go ahead.
wow, Nick, thank you for keeping guard against the actual monsters. You're such a good friend. Gosh. Ollie states on purpose and points at the gate, where small child arms are currently reaching and rattling through the bars, grasping at air, as the groans and gurgles of what looks like the entire kindergarten through 5th grade class of the town are behind the gates right now. Some in
Yes,
different
exactly.
states of decomposure.
Exactly.
So Arthur kind of gently takes the girl's arm with one paw and lays his other paw very gently on top of the bite mark and just soothingly like moves his paw gently like there, the pain will go away, and just lay on hands to cure is it disease or poison or whatever? For
It is
both.
technically a necrotic-based disease, yes. With the natural 20, you pour as much light as you can gather up into her. Um, it's kind of a sputtering, flickering candle at first, but then it grows and it expands, and you can see the icky black snake-like texture of her veins recede back to the wound's entrance, and the purplish look fades, and the kind of the noxious look of the bite lessens until it's just an ordinary flesh wound that's scabbing over right now, thanks to your healing.
There, isn't that better?
She actually does look a lot better. She was pale, and you kind of thought it was because, no sunlight, but there is the slightest bit of more color in her cheeks now. Oh, yes, this is much better. Thank you. You are a good dog. She pets your head.
Arthur's tail starts to wag like crazy. He's like, from the front, he's like collected and gentle and happy, and his tail is going like too fast to be seen, like blurs.
Ollie's right
It's like
behind you. He's getting battered with a tail.
It's okay, it'll go through him.
Oh boy. Mostly goes through him, but at least one time he solidifies enough, and the whap, he steps aside and wobbles. Arthur will remember this moment and use it when he needs the strength to resist the pie.
Oh.
Also need to roll for pie.
No, you're still on the same timer. It hasn't been long enough yet that you have to roll for pie again.
Okay, cool.
You still want pie, Nicholas. It's not as pressing as how much Arthur wants pie, though. But I believe that he's still under the charm effect of Gone, because it lasts an hour, and it's not been an hour yet. I know it's been like 2 sessions, but in characterly in time, it's technically not been an hour yet.
God. These are the endless days and nights of our lives. Okay.
But
So
yeah,
kind of scoops up the girl and like somebody who's done a great job, like popping the little girl on one arm. It's like, okay, let's go now. And he pointedly does not look behind at the gate.
Yeah, it's fine. Fine.
and Ollie says, "Well, we should bring her to the Burgermeister or whoever you were supposed to meet. They might know what to do with her."
Burgermeister it is.
There's a very meowy cat beneath me. I imagine his cries are very akin to what Nicholas is crying about as he remains behind and doesn't follow the party, I guess. Okie dokie.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Your party's leaving to go to the Burgermasters to find
Oh, yeah.
what to do about the girl.
I am indeed following.
Okay.
Following.
Follow me down. Follow me down.
Oh, there they are.
Alright, so Az is still there with all the red X's that I believe either Kathy
It would be
or
this one. Yes.
or somebody put X's and O's on things. It's this big one down here.
I think
that
I did the
identifies
O's.
Burgermaster's house.
Okay.
This one, right?
X's and O's. Yeah, it's the big one down here. So
Felix did the X's and I did the circles, yeah.
One we almost went into.
well, you haven't
Yeah,
actually
we all...
been.
No,
to
we
those-
were looking at this one, then I broke into the inn.
Yeah, so this was this is the shop. This was a house where you actually saw signs of life, dilapidated as it is, and then that one looked like the biggest house in the entire place.
Okay.
And probably was the Burgermasters.
We're going all the way down there. Okay.
Oh, all the way down here. Okay. I thought we were looking at this one.
That one's a shop. It actually has a sign out front. It says Bildrath's Mercantile.
I am following, but like away from keyboard occasionally.
Okie dokie. So as you guys make your way down the street with Arthur holding the little girl, you do see a what the fuck?
What's happening?
It's a
Is it a
gold
paw?
bag of gold.
Gold bag? Okay.
What's happening?
As you
Oh, yeah. Okay.
oh no, what is it gonna be now?
Oh, that works.
That works.
No way.
So as you guys make your way down the street, several of the houses you pass have been boarded up. A couple are borderline falling apart, and and many of them do not have any smoke in their chimneys. You don't see any people on the streets currently. You do catch glances of window shutters being shut as you walk past, and once you thought you saw somebody peering at you from behind a building over here, but when you looked, they gasped and ran away. But as you approach the building that looks like it might be the Burgermasters, let me just move you to a new screen. Is this in darkness yet? I don't know. It is now. Okay, that should be good enough. Boop. One moment, I'm still revealing places.
It's a pretty house. Hmm.
I spent a lot of time building this one. Obsessive amounts of time. I accidentally broke it twice.
Oh no.
Well, it turned out very pretty.
Thank you. Wait till you see the inside.
Mm.
You know, so you can get trapped there forever.
It does look like that, yeah.
It might be.
Can't quite make it out the details, but yeah, the gesture is definitely there.
Probably. Maybe.
I mean, it's making water, so. I am so sorry.
Are you, though? Are you really?
No, not at all.
There you go.
Oh, oh boy. Oh dear. That does not look good. I mean, it's beautiful, but it does not look good. I'm glad we can't see that part yet. Or can we? Is that the gate we enter through? No,
So
we
you
enter.
enter
Yeah, we enter
right
from
here.
the bottom. Yeah.
So that's the street side. Yeah. So you enter through there.
Oh
You
boy.
can see a large, looks like perhaps 3 to 4 story, if you're counting the attic, mansion with a large tower at the very tippity top, which is nice and pointy. And there's dark roofing tiles and dark stucco all around. And most of the large stained glass windows have tangles of what was probably once well kept and is now kind of wild rose bushes all beneath them. Oh God. Um, but anyway,
Good
so
thing there's no evil people in the party.
oh yeah,
There are.
I know that was a joke.
poor Ollie, one trauma to another.
But actually, I was thinking about grabbing one of the zombie children, the actual zombified ones, and kind of killing them enough to be able to just be a vessel for the kids, but I forgot about it, so it doesn't matter anymore.
I mean, they're still there; they're not dead yet. I mean, they are, but you know.
They aren't destroyed. Yeah, we didn't set them on fire. Yeah, it's true.
Not
We still
yet.
have the resources. We can return for them.
Renewable resources. People are always making more children.
Baby cakes. It's the baby cakes all over. Oh gosh.
On an unrelated note, the air conditioning inside my store didn't work for a while, and I was like, the babies are gonna bake inside their mom's ovens when they come in here to shop, because it's a baby store. So I was like, we're gonna have hard-boiled babies.
Oh no.
It's terrible.
I mean, why?
Anywho, back to this, where I can be morbid without people looking at me like I'm morally reprehensible. Um, so yeah, you approach the house. It is a very large set of double doors. They look solid wood. Uh, they are definitely quite old, and have not been as meticulously maintained as you would hope. And as you approach closer, you notice that despite its stately array, there are several bits and pieces of the manor itself which are in what one would consider less than the best of repair.
Disrepair, might even say.
Maybe.
um, was there a chimney with smoke coming out of it?
There is a chimney, several actually, a great many chimneys. None of them currently have smoke coming out of it. But the windows are not boarded up.
Well, doesn't really help much if it's abandoned. Arthur kind of walks up the steps and knocks on the hardwood with his free hand. Like, is anybody in there?
That echo was really appropriate that time.
Oh gosh.
So you wait about 2 to 3 minutes before you hear footsteps. They are soft and pattering. And when you see the door open, because it does, you hear there appears to be a girl that's standing there. She is dressed in what would be considered very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very working class but high-end attire. She appears to be a maid of some sort, dressed in severe black dress with white crisp collar and sleeves. And her hair is done up in a bun at the back of her head. She appears to be no more than 14 or 16 at age. Oh my god! He's liking!
Not lycanthrope, please. I'm sorry. My name is Arthur Wolf. I'm we have and Arthur kind of breaks down as he tries to think about how to phrase that they found a child who was bitten by a zombie and now they rescued her without sounding like they might have had a hand in her misfortune and the death of her mother. Like, we are here to talk to the Burgermeister. And kind of reaches back and pushes Gon forward.
Oh, yeah.
As the face of the party. The least monstrous face of the party.
Yeah, sorry I traveled with a band of really strange-looking company, but I promise they are quite harmless. Oh, hang on, let me do that again. He puts his fingers and he crosses them behind his back. I promise they are quite harmless. And we were actually invited to come here. We met a fellow a while ago, actually, who asked us to come and deal with the situation.
Oh, who had the letter? Who had the letter? Do I have the letter?
Do we still have that?
Still has the letter. Doesn't Nick have the letter still?
I think so.
So yeah, Nick would pull out the letter as well to verify this.
Arthur kind of takes it, passes on to Gon, like in a chain reaction.
To the maid.
Alright, she takes the letter in trembling hands. Can you please just roll a straight up charisma check for me, Gon? Because what you've said things that are both lies and truth, so I don't know whether to make you roll persuasion or deception at this point, so just straight up charisma for me.
Can I guidance that?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
And it looks like Ollie is trying to assist you, so
Ooh.
and he's indicating the child while he's trying to assist you, so yeah, that'll give you advantage.
Advantage. Charisma. Oh, come on.
Okay, so you got 4.
And then a D4.
Is it gray?
16.
1.
I don't.
Basically, that cancels out the 7s. And
Ooh, 16?
I think you won.
Are you talking to us, Nicholas?
Oh, no, sorry. I thought I was muted.
Nope.
Doing numbers. I believe that's a 16 foregone.
Yeah. I don't have my dice today. They're
Yay,
upstairs.
math. Yeah, it's a 16. So yeah, with a 16, she kind of looks you over and nods slowly and beckons you in. Um, all right. You will have to wait here while I fetch the burgermeister. We have seating, right over. And she motions to just inside the door.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Kind of delicately tiptoes.
Yeah. Right over this
Trying
way.
very much not to look big and scary.
Come down here.
Oh, it's not bravery. It's just politeness. She says to Ollie.
Like, out of character. It is so very fitting that they are so polite to even scary monsters. No wonder they ended up in this situation in Barovia. Have some self-preservation instinct, please.
Self-preservation. What's that? I don't think any of you have displayed an ounce of it. Except for maybe Gone.
Me. I'm the self-preservation of the party.
But we are adventurers. It's like in the job description to defy self-preservation.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, always over to talk about self-preservation.
So anyway, the maid motions you in to a set of leather-backed chairs. They look quite old, but in good repair. You can only find 1 or 2 scuffs upon them. The entryway has a thick carpet that, while free of dust, has definitely faded with the ages of time. You see several suits of armor posed around different doors, and a couple of coats of arms that have also faded with age are mounted on the walls. There is a guest registrar right next to the door as you walk in, where people who call upon the nobility can write their names to indicate what dates they were here and what business they had. A large fireplace sits in the middle of the room. It is not currently lit, but wood is stacked next to it in preparation in case there is a cold night. You see a set of stairs leading upwards to a small overhanging balcony row where several portraits are beaming down at you from above of various landscapes or people. There is a stone archway here to the right. I'm not in the right clicky mode. Here to the right, that the doors are currently cracked open, revealing a dark hallway. And then there's several sets of double doors along the halls here that are firmly shut closed. You see the maid turn and go down this hallway right here. She makes to shut the door behind her, but it does crack open just a little bit, revealing that the locks are not all that they used to be. The paint within, while it is clean and well wiped down, it is peeling in several places, especially around the windows.
And where is the Burgermeister in here?
The Burgermeister isn't in here. He was speaking with the maid, and she's gone
Oh,
to
the
fetch
maid.
them to
Okay.
let them know that you're here.
Ah.
Just waiting in the foyer.
Lee.
The little girl that you've brought with you, Arthur, kind of wiggles to be set down because she wants to go look at the playing cards on the table. She's kind of looking around in awe. It's kind of obvious she's never been in a place this fancy before.
Do you like it?
It's
Arthur kind of tries to chatter the girl.
it's so pretty.
Right? There's still beauty in this world, even when it seems harsh. I really can't talk to children, I just realized.
And as you say that, there's a muffled, rattling groan from somewhere that kind of shakes the building ever so slightly. What was that?
I have
Pipes?
no idea.
Pipes, probably pipes. Yeah, nothing to worry about.
Always the pipes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
John begins worrying immensely.
God, Ollie, no.
It said hello. Pipes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm,
I mean, to be fair, old houses, they make weird noises all the time.
yeah.
And this place looks old. Very, very clean, though. Like, not the most well kept, but clean. Clean is good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's just
We don't
old.
get to do that that often. Be clean.
You can tell that since it's old and still standing, it's pretty strong. Yes.
Alright. If you
Please, somebody shut Arthur up.
Oh God. As you externally beg for somebody to shut Ollie up, the maid kind of creeps back into the room, peering around the edge of the archway and saying, "The master will see you. If you will follow me, please."
Of
Alright.
course, thank you very much.
Kind of let's go ahead.
Oh boy.
Alrighty. So she leads you down a corridor. There's two sets of double doors to the left and right, and a large glass door in front of you that appears to lead out onto a tiled terrace. She leads you in to the southern door, which opens to reveal
Mm.
what looks like a large seating room. There are several green couches with plush velveteen upholstery crowded around another fireplace. There are several trophies throughout the room, a familiar looking wolf in a corner.
Mm.
I was distracted by the wolves.
I'm worried about the moose.
Yep.
Those usually just laugh.
You also see several racks of weapons and displays of armor, some of it quite ancient looking. There is also what looks like a globe of a world sitting in a small spinnable holstray that you can rotate to see different parts of the continents. Although, go ahead and roll a history check for me for a second. Anybody glancing at it?
Not me.
I will.
No.
You don't recognize.
Everybody stares at it. It's pretty.
Oops,
that's
that portion.
really
would be there,
cool.
Just 13.
Gon,
Oh,
No.
nice.
Gon, you recognize one.
Yeah, sorry, the D4 was an accident. That shouldn't be
That's
there.
alright. With a 13, you still recognize a couple of the continents, but they seem to be in the wrong places.
Mm.
I also just say under my breath, they believe the world is round.
Jesus Christ. You also hear that shuddering groan once again,
With my roll.
and a clattering of chains as the coffin that is currently chained in the middle of the floor begins to move and rattle. The maid, although she flinches, does not look at it, and she leads you over to the couches, where in this armchair right here, there is currently a very old man sat who has a long curling beard and spectacles. His liver spotted head is balding with just little wisps of white upon it. He is clutching what looks like a black cane with a wolf's head rearing upon it, mouth open and silvered fangs sharp and ready. And he stares at you with bleary, blinded eyes.
Maybe we should leave our child outside.
Should I wait in the corridor then? I would not like to leave her alone.
I just don't think that she'll be that keen on what's in this room.
Who is there?
Hello, sir. My name is Gananium. We received a letter from a porter, asking us to come here and solve a problem for you.
I did not send for anyone. But sit.
Yeah, we kind of figured that.
Sit. And
Yep.
the little girl takes Ollie's arm, clinging to it as she looks at the coffin with wide eyes. And then stumbling as she kind of falls through the arm for a minute and kind of looks confused. And carefully takes it again.
Arthur is kind of reluctant to leave them alone. Like, he trusts Ollie, that's not the problem, but it's just like, this place is not looking any more promising than Death House did. And he's like, maybe he should stick with them, just in case. John can talk shop, and Nicholas is Nicholas, so.
1 second, I need to put out a sprite for the old guy.
Ollie, are you sure we'll be okay alone together? Should I stay with you? I mean, I'm not with. I mean, they are already afraid of me. Maybe the talk would go better without me in the room. I guess.
Well, according to many of the people here, you and I are not much different. I intend
Well,
to be in here.
I told you that Nicholas is Nicholas. He's like, he won't step out just to make things go more smoothly. Oh, sorry, I missed that. He's blind. I missed that. Okay.
There we go.
Good
That's
point.
a good one. Just pretend this dude is bald
Alright.
and it's perfect.
So kind of sneaks in and settles down.
Alrighty.
Looks a bit like a chastised puppy.
The little girl initiates in a game of marbles with Ollie as the rest of you sit down. The maid kind of hovers by the door, which is still open, so Ollie and the girl can come in or out whenever they want to. And she kind of hovers by the door in case she's asked to get tea or something. The old man looks, and I use that term broadly because he is, as I've said, very much clearly blind given the filmy white that covers the once colorful hues that were his eyes. And he kind of scans the room, such of it as he can discern between light and dark, and says, Marie, read the letter for me. Tell me what it says. And she comes and she takes the letter and she clears her throat and looks it over. uh, it seems to think that seems to be that your great grandfather has asked these people to come and help us. And he kind of turns his head to the side and spits out a wad of God only knows what to one side. This is a funny joke. Yes.
Hmm.
Well, considering our adventures so far, I'm not sure how funny it's supposed to be.
Yeah, we only met this guy, a week ago.
I think it was probably less. Though it was hard to tell in that house.
Mm,
I think I slept like 4 times, so at least
yeah,
5 days.
it has not been that long since a fellow came to the
But
inn
we
we
were
were
on the road as
staying
well.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he bid that we come to Barovia, and he gave us this letter. I don't know if he was a bit of a prankster himself, but we have come here under the impression that this was legitimate.
The letter that you have received is impossible to have been sent. It bears the name
Oh.
of my great-grandfather.
Maybe
Alright,
somebody forged his name onto it.
yeah.
It would have to be so, but I do not know for what purpose he may have done it. Other than fresh blood for the machine, of course. I am very sorry to hear all of this. I had
She?
so hoped our troubles would be behind us.
Could you tell us more about this machine?
Oh,
Or what you
this
mean by it?
expression. You see, a very long time ago, our lands were under the sway of an evil man who terrorized my family as well as, well, everyone else here. And as he pauses to cough, you can hear the coffin behind him shuddering once more. Long, scraping sounds of nails on wood heard. I am told, in my grandfather's time, that a group of people, travelers from another land, came and they managed to kill this terrible man for a time. Or for almost 100 and so years we were free. We were free of it. And he looks kind of dreamy. But good things do not last in Barovia. And I suppose now that he has come back again, he is bored and has gone back to playing his old games with you. I am so sorry.
What is the name of this man?
Strad
see.
von Sarvich.
Arthur kind of lapses into a noticeable silence all of a sudden.
Hmm. Alright, okay, we're just trapped in a much, much, much larger house, basically.
Yes, that is correct. Yes, that is very good way to put. For there is no way out. No way
Hmm.
out. Well,
No?
at least
Hmm?
not with him alive.
Okay, alright. I can work with that loophole, yeah. Alright, sir, if you don't mind, may I ask about, the curious object you have on the floor behind you that is occasionally making noise?
Yes, that would be my brother, Frederick.
Hmm. Deceased.
Unfortunately, yes. These past 25 years.
I'm sorry to hear
Lively
that.
fellow.
Not particularly.
He crossed the Baron in a way that did not broker any goodwill. So he turned him. I could not bear to kill my own brother, so there he is. And there he will remain until I too find my way into my own grave. God's willing, it be soon.
What should I roll to surreptitiously check out how that coffin is chained and how secure it is?
Well, if you want to do it without attracting attention, it would be a perception check. If you want to go over and look it over close up, that would be an investigation check.
Perception.
To be fair, he can't see what you're doing.
I know I don't want Gon or Nicholas especially notice that I'm eyeing it up with a certain intent.
So you peer over at the coffin and you notice out of the flicker of your eye just as you're doing so, the maid kind of looks out into the hallway and then kind of looks back and forth and then just kind of tiptoes into it during this conversation at the beckon of Ollie. And you look over at the coffin and you notice that these chains, some of them look old, but some of them look fresh and new. They appear to be chained to the floor and the coffin itself, basically almost mummified with chains. Somebody is taking very heavy precautions. The bolts that hold the wood together are big steel rivets with large bolts the size of your fist driven into them. Somebody is taking no chances.
Okay. Anyway, do you know, like, you live in this village, town? I'm not sure, we haven't seen all of it, but is there a pie shop you can direct us towards?
No, we do not have a pie shop, but there is.
A salesperson?
Yes, there is a little old woman who comes to sell pies here occasionally. She lives in a windmill with her sisters, I believe. I do not eat the pies. My indigestion does not allow for it, but she's a sweet lady, does good commerce.
Hmm. Thank you for the information.
And as Ollie converses with the maid out in the hallway, she leans in to whisper timidly to him. I do not know that here would be a good place for a child. I am one of 2 servants that have even agreed to stay with the master. Everyone else, these past couple of decades, they have all left because of his peculiarities, and, well, some have just vanished. It is to be understandable, though. Many people vanish here. And, for a child as young as 14 to look so much like you, Ollie, so without hope, is probably a little bit disconcerting.
Mm.
There is a monastery in a town a couple of miles from, well, more than a couple, quite a few miles from here. It is a good place in that village. Well, town really is much larger than ours. Um, it would be a good place, maybe. And if perhaps you can find it, I am told there is an order of knights that takes residence deep within the forests of Borovia, who take young wards as have been orphaned by circumstance as well. Um, those are 2 places I would suggest. That or finding a wealthy noble family to take her in, that is. And she lowers her voice even more. I would not recommend, my lord. He is not well health-wise. I do not know how much longer this will be his home. A map? Uh, I, I do not know, but I may inquire. I may inquire for you, or you may inquire of him yourself. Also, by the by, your tail is absolutely stunning. Braided to the nines with a flourish of ribbons throughout it at this point, Ollie.
Misha, I sent you a DM in Discord.
Oh, let me look upon it. Oh, yes, of course, I can watch her. Would you like to come with me and get a cookie from the kitchen? Says Marie to the little girl, and she's like, oh, okay, I would like that. Alright, come on. And she offers her hand to the little girl, who takes it,
Aww.
and they go
You're
off
so cute.
together. She heads back this way towards the main entrance. Alright. Alright, and after a couple of minutes of the maid being outside, you see Ollie step in, Arthur, as you're kind of surveying the coffin and squinting at it.
Where is the child?
Is someone else
Can
there?
you? Yes, our friend joined us. He was minding the child we mentioned. I think we mentioned before. Sorry, Arthur was very distracted by that coffin.
He was also distracted by pie.
Yeah.
Coffin pie.
He really should get on getting that pie.
Yes.
Um,
Sorry, Ollie's typing.
yeah, I'm just considering whether he introduces himself or should I introduce him, like, which is the more polite in the situation. I'm like, Arthur is really, really experienced for this. Also, he kind of wants to ask Ollie if he would lend him his crowbar. Or rather, let Arthur carry it because we keep having to open stuff and he keeps having to ask for it because he's the one with the strength for the crowbar and Ollie is the one for the dexterity for the thieves' tools, like for delicate lock picking. Also, pie.
Yummy, yummy pie.
Yeah, but Gan said that he would get some pie eventually, so.
Speaking of
And
which, that
it's
charm
also
person
something.
is starting to wear off about now.
Mm.
So the pie question is starting to get more and more imminent.
Mm-hmm.
A pressing issue.
The maid
My
has
God, what?
taken her to get something from the kitchens. She should not be here for these discussions.
Is a good thinking. Do you like to see it? And Arthur kind of jumps up, offering the seat.
God damn!
Yeah, right?
Ollie is shining up that charisma.
Whew, nice.
Yes. Let me get this right. Let me get this right. I gotta do a noble Ollie voice. Okay, okay. The maid has taken her to get something from the kitchens. She should not be here for these discussions. My name is Ollie, Lord. You may not know of me as my noble house hails from beyond these halls, but I recognize nobility wherever I go, despite the weight that drags them down in a land such as this. Your home shines with the echoes of power past and present, and I commend your ability to uphold yourself and your estate.
Nice.
So the old man, although there are many scowl lines upon his features, you do see the faintest hints of an upturning of the lips at the corners of his mouth. Would that I could see what your fresh young eyes can one last time before the end, but I fear it is not to be. I thank you for your appreciation of my home, though. I do what I can to keep it intact. It is sad, though, that my name will die with me.
While Felix is typing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna bother you in the DMs for a bit
Okay, sure. I can looky.
during this game. Got an idea for pie. I want a pie.
My children are wrestling. I apologize if you hear any screaming.
Oh dear.
And it's fine.
Ollie bows his head softly, as legends are made by those who remember, and your reach extends even beyond his land. Trust you will live on in ways most only dream of. You are not dead yet, however. As such, I have a request of simple fashion, if you would honor me. Yes, my children are the screaming of the day, okay?
I mean, it's fitting.
It is. Yeah, they're the coffin noises. It's fine. Um, the old man chuckles softly. I have not heard such honeyed words since the great parties of the past that once were held in these halls. It is good to relive noble courtiership, if only momentarily. What is this thing that I may do for you? I am old-fashioned, Ollie says with just a little bit of bitterness disguised as hot. As I am an outsider, as are a few of my company, I ask if you might have a map to spare? We do not know our way around these lands, but the young ward we have come to be in charge of requires a home. I know of a place to bring her, but not where it resides. It would be the most powerful aid you could give us at this time, I believe, Lord, if you would be willing. And if there's anything we can do for you? He trails off hintingly. Hmm. A map would be an easy thing. I do have several in the library. Newly updated, of course. What use is money sitting around if you are not using it to improve oneself intellectually? Despite the fact that I can not see it myself. He smiles a bit wryly. As for what you could do for me, and he frowns a bit, his face going distant. If you could perhaps, well, when I said I did not have the heart to kill my brother, it was only half true. I also do not have the skill to do so. If you would be able to put him to rest, that would be the greatest gift I could think of. I know that it may not be possible for you right now. I understand this. You are new to these lands and you may not have grown in power enough to handle such a thing. But if you might find it in your heart to end his suffering when you have such a power, I would be grateful to you. For when I am gone, he will have no one to talk to anymore.
It would be our honor to. So.
Thank you. I would be most grateful to you if you can do this for me.
It's funny because I legit just did the closed fist on chest bow again towards the computer screen, and he could see about the same amount of it. Of Arthur doing the same as he was saw me doing it.
The old man uses his wolf's head cane to rise shakily to legs about as thin as a chicken's in much the same position. And he bows over it, both legs and cane wobbling at the strain of it before collapsing back into his chair once more with the effort of it. He bowed in completely the wrong direction, by the way, but you get it.
Why did my mind just think when you said wrong direction, he just did like a backbend?
No, he didn't bow in the direction. He bowed in the direction of Gon and Nicholas instead of the direction of Ollie and Arthur because he can't see.
I know
Can hear
that.
though.
I know that,
Yeah,
but
he can
like
hear
my
though.
mind was like wrong direction, backbend.
If he's so old that he has cataracts, do you think it's not also probably feasible? Yes, I'm hearing problems too.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, he collapses back into the chair. Marie can provide you with a map. Marie?
I
Marie?
believe she stepped out for a second towards the kitchen.
Oh, yes,
We will relay your request.
I must have asked
Fit
her
this.
for tea. I forget sometimes. It is
That too.
easy to forget sometimes. Some things. Others you can never forget. And his face draws a haunted look upon it.
Arthur shuts up.
But is there anything else that I can do for you? I feel bad that you have been drawn into this mess. There is any information that I can provide that would be helpful to you, I would be happy to give it. I am too old to draw his wrath, or rather, too old for it to matter. He would only curse the young and beautiful, not one such as I.
Arthur is kind of confused and slightly blushing under his fur. Does that make us young and beautiful? Kind of thinks to himself.
Everyone is young and beautiful when you have this face, and he makes a motion at himself with one gnarled, knobby hand, chuckling slightly, and it turns into
You should tell that to the other villagers.
Out of character. Yeah, Arthur. He called you beautiful. Time to become a warlock of Strahd. Out of character, sorry.
Arthur just begging for Daddy's approval all the time. I am good boy. I do good. I mean, I am bad boy. I do bad good. I do bad good.
Oh god.
Am I good enough of a bad boy for Daddy's approval?
Oh
Oh
god.
god.
Imagining Arthur leaning on motorcycle in leather jacket. It has Hello Kitty on the back of it.
And
the
says Hello
leather,
Kitty
the
in the
leather.
Hello Kitty types, but it's like image of Nick.
And he's got the grumpy cat face. I don't know. I'm a more of a Choco Cat fan, Ollie. Choco Cat's my main man.
Also, there is like black leather and spiky collar wearing Hello Kitty as well. Like
There is.
he's versatile.
Nick is getting back into it though. Nick is gonna respond to the old man. Well, I also heard of these legends that bandit adventurers killed him once before. Is there anything about these legends on how they did it? Or where to find this individual?
I have heard vague things, and there are several books on the subject in my library if you wish to read of them. You may have access if you wish. Honestly, having someone here in the house besides my brother, Marie, and the cook is pleasant. Pleasant change. I do not get many visitors. It would be all right if you wish to stay here for a time to do your research if you wish, or if time is of a pressing matter, you can always come back.
Okay. You also mentioned that the Baron is the one that turned her brother. Is there any knowledge that you may know to say that? How did that happen? You said just you thought that your troubles were done with him, but he's been like this for 25 years.
When I say I thought the troubles were done, I meant when I was young and naive.
Hmm.
When I was born, there was no Baron. I thought it a child's tale told by the old to the young to make them not stray into the mists that bordered our land. Back then, they were not so close as they are now, and they clung to the hills and to the great arch that none could pass beyond. But as I got older, they crept in further and further, until when I was a man of, I would say, 30 or so, they were covering the lands once more, and great beasts began to roam. Those who lived through it the first time, they told me, they said, it is his people who walk those mists. It is his creatures coming from the castle that, even after he was more than a century dead, they did not dare go to. We have not seen him, or at least I have not, but it can only be that he is back. I did try to send someone there once to see what was going on. They did not come back. My brother, He talked of burning the castle, of knocking it down stone by stone, casting it off the mountains. He took a whole party of people from many villages surrounding here, old, young, in between. He was impetuous. He was 15 years my younger sibling. This was when I was about 50 or so. I had already lost 2 wives to things of the night, taken spirited out my window. I did not stop him, but I should have. He came back. He came back a year later, but he was not himself. It was only while he was sleeping, gorged on the blood of our dear mother, that I managed to take him and bind him in the coffin. It was only then that I managed to trap him there, but I did not have the strength or the means to kill him, and I was stupid. I thought maybe there was a way to fix him. I did not want to be the last one. I did not want to be alone. I could not kill him for these reasons.
Understandable. If you're familiar with creatures of this type, would you know if your brother would be put to rest if the Baron had perished?
I am not familiar with creatures of this type. No, I have never been a hunter of beasts and monsters. That is left to those who stay at the monastery deep within the woods of Barovia. They train in the hunting and extermination of things of the night. For a long time we thought maybe they were unnecessary, crazy us younger ones, but we were very wrong. We were so wrong. We should have listened to the one-armed knight when he came and warned us.
How long ago did the one-armed knight come by?
I was so young.
Hmm.
Strong then. Did not think that an old man like him could teach me anything. He is probably dead, but stories are his knights still train.
And would you know the exact location where we could find these knights?
I have never been myself, but I believe the location may at least be mentioned upon the maps in the library. And perhaps a book or two. It is an ancient place. Far older than me, and maybe even older than the Baron, actually. If stories are true.
Some other, actually quite a few things now that I realize.
You have made itemized list then?
No, just more items come to mind, more
That was out
subjects
of character,
come to
I was
mind.
joking.
More subjects come to mind. Are you familiar with the goings on of the church and the cemetery? We we just came from there, and there was a significant undead presence there.
His brows arch ever so slowly. That cemetery has been abandoned for decades. And locked too.
Well, the cathedral for the entrance to the cemetery was actually open.
Oh, the cathedral, maybe. Those doors are quite old and only wood. But we have not gone back to that chapel or buried our dead there since it was desecrated. It would not be a good idea to bury things in unhallowed ground.
Agreed. Another question is, what other places in town are abandoned and should not be approached? Because that seems to be a common theme in this town.
There is a certain mirage of a house a few streets over. It lures people in with the cries of children and monsters.
Oh, we already checked it off the list, thanks.
Yep. Well, fortunately, we all survived that nightmare.
Jesus. Sorry. I spelled water on my keyboard and I tried to wipe it off and it did some key binding thingy that was so loud. Oh.
Oh god.
Cough, cough.
Apologies.
Anyway, what was the question again? I forgot.
House was.
Commenting that we
Oh, yeah.
already investigated that,
Sorry.
fell for the trap, and
That
fortunately survived it. And then there's a cough, cough.
Yeah. That is perhaps the only place that I know of that is truly deadly. But as houses become abandoned, things do move into them. I cannot guarantee that any of the boarded up or broken ones do not have some manner of vermin or night thing lurking. If you do not see smoke from the chimneys, I would avoid them at all costs.
Duly noted.
At least they all have one thing in common. They do not like light, or flame, or warmth.
Thank you for the information. Another request. You may have not been able to notice, but some of us are more unique looking than the average folk, and it has brought us some troubles. Is there anything of like a seal or something with your sway that we could just show or wear to let other people we have not met yet not make baseless judgments?
I could write you a letter of entrance that would allow you passage into the more stringent cities. I take it you have all been affected some way inadvertently from entering that cursed house that has affected your features.
You could say so.
I could write you a letter of passage with my seal, or rather I could sign a letter of passage that Marie writes for me. I cannot do the writing so much anymore, but I remember the movements of my signature, and my seal will go a long way to gaining you audience with the higher members of any of the other burgomasters of any of the other towns and cities. How you will fare with common folk, though, I can make no no estimations. Barovia is not a pleasant land, and there are many unpleasant things. Sometimes fear is safer than trust. Sometimes you cannot
We-
afford to be kind.
We are eternally grateful for any small help. Thank you so much.
It is not a problem. As I said, I do not get many visitors here. And the coffin rumbles behind him, and gosh, you have no idea why. But if you
I really have no idea why. It's pleasant. It's eccentricity. Eccentricity.
if you
Jesus,
like,
English is hard.
we do have a few spare guest rooms that you may occupy if you need to stay while you research in the library. It is quite large and full of many subjects you have requested. It may take you a while to find the information that you need.
Arthur looks at Ron and Nicholas and nods his head very enthusiastically, mostly thinking about sleeping in a bed again.
We'd appreciate that a great deal. Thank you for your offer.
And we also have bats. And he wrinkles his nose a little bit, and you realize that while he is blind and perhaps half deaf, his sense of smell perfect. Looking at you, Arthur and Nick.
Arthur kind
No.
of shrinks into his armchair.
That would be most welcomed, and it's very generous of you.
I would be remiss to not offer hospitality to those of noble birth who come within my halls. It has been long since I could host, but I have not forgotten the niceties that should be met.
We are most grateful. Arthur kind of feels bad not telling the burgomaster that he is very far from nobility, but yeah. Nice things are still nice to have, so a little bit of politeness goes a long way.
If there is nothing else that I may do for you, I do apologize, but these old bones do need their midday nap. Marie, when she returns, can show you to the library and your rooms. Supper is at 6. I think she said that it will be soup. It is easier on my teeth.
Could I, throughout this conversation, can I also roll wait, is it insight or insight? Can I roll an insight just to see, just to be safe?
Go for it. Yeah, I mean, he said it himself. Fear is sometimes better than trust. He's very old and stuttery. You think he's probably on the level. He looks so tired. There's probably not a reason for him to lie. Yeah, Arthur, you're probably getting the twitches really bad right now. But it's about now that Marie comes back with a child who now has not only one cookie but an entire plate of cookies, and they look like they are sugar cookies. They even have little tiny frosted black bats on them, and she's munching them.
Aw, she has the
Uh,
best life. I don't even remember her name, but she has the best life.
above game, did we do something to like help treat her?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, Arthur did it.
Okay, just
I
wanted
good
to
touched
make
her.
sure.
Yep. Yeah, he laid on hands to the girl with a natural 20 religion check to burn away the zombification.
Okay, just wanted to make sure of that.
Yep, her arm just looks like a regular bite wound that's been scabbed over now.
Cool.
Alright, just to recap, O.O. Seeley, here's the information that you found out. You found out that this guy does have maps of the area in his library, which he has allowed you access to, as well as potentially, if you can find it, information regarding the heroes of old that first defeated Strahd and possibly how they did it. As well as information regarding a secret monastery that is somewhere in the Barovia woods, possibly, if you can, again, find it in the library. He has let you know that Strahd stayed away for about 100 years before he came back, sometime when this guy was in his 30s. He sent somebody up to check on the castle, and that guy never came back. And then his brother tried to lead a bunch of villagers up to the castle to try and defeat him, and he did come back about a year later as a vampire. Killed their mom, and he managed to imprison him in this coffin, and he's been there ever since. That was when this guy was about 50, and he's about 75 now because it's been about 25 years since that happened. And the mists have recovered the land, and night things now once again walk among us. At one point in time, the whole place was warned that was going to happen way back when by a one-armed knight who came from said secret monastery, but nobody fucking believed him. And you have now been invited to stay at the house if you want to, and research in the library again if you want to. And that there are
Get baths.
Yes, they have baths. And that there are two places that it might be safe to take the little girl to. One is in a town further along the main road, and the other is the actual secret monastery itself where people train to be monster hunters, basically.
Okay. Shall we?
Global warming and nobody listened. Yeah.
Shall we retry?
And you found out that the little old lady who makes pies lives in a windmill, also further up the road.
Right. That's what I zoned out on. Thank you. I'm sorry, my attention span is not great at the moment. There will be pie. That's the important part.
Just gotta find it.
When we passed the shop, we did see that it was indeed a shop, right?
It was indeed a shop. It had
Okay.
lights behind the windows, even though the shutters were drawn. And yesterday you did see smoke rising from it. There wasn't any today, right now, but
And there was like an emblem thingy.
yep, there was a sign
It's a
that
shop.
said Bill Drafts Mercantile. It's an actual shop.
Okay. And then, have we been able to discern, like, what time it is in any way, shape, or form?
Without the sun, that's kind of hard. The darkness does get even more cloying towards the night, and you know it's daytime. You're not sure what time of day it is until you look on the mantelpiece and see what actually looks like a clock. And you find that it's about 2 p.m.
Okay.
And it ticks away. And you actually notice that this clock has two little figures, one standing to either side of it. They look like tiny little men with little hammers in their hands. And as the clock strikes 2 p.m. precisely, they raise their hammers and go ting, 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 ting.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, the tiny little men have wide, grinning mouths with the smiles curled all the way up to their long, tapered, pointy ears. And they're wearing what looks like jester's caps with freshly painted faces and long, thin noses. Their eyes roll around in their sockets as they ting, ting, ting the time for 2.
It's okay, I also saw the same thing.
Yeah.
It's off to death we go.
I'm actually thinking about something else then.
Oh,
Well, it's the same thing that you were thinking of. It's the cute little, the Swedish dudes who like ting 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 on clocks. It's cool. It's them,
oh yeah,
but it
those are cool.
horrified them. Anyway.
Yeah, I was thinking about the inspiration for the horrified version.
Yep, you sure were. Anyway, Ollie welcomes the child and Marie back,
What was his
gushes
name?
over the fact that she has cookies, and then relays stuff about the libraries and the bath, and I'm pretty sure he also asked for tea and is looking forward to the soup. Oh, right, yes, I can certainly, do you want the library or the rooms and the baths first? Um, I can show you to wherever you wish to go to.
Nick would want to go to a bath.
You hear a slight
Y-
snore
y-
at
Yeah,
this
yeah.
point, and you discover that your host, who you've never actually asked the name of, is currently snoring in his chair.
Wait, his name isn't Burger Master?
He.
Oh yeah, because we only know their family name, not the first name.
Mhm.
Shit. Which I am not.
What was the name?
I don't have my notes available, and I can't.
Indrovich.
Indrovich.
That's their last name, or rather their title. Or, not title, their family name. There we go. Bedrooms and baths first, I think. She's gone through enough. My friends need one quite badly as well. Thank you. Would you have any spare clothing we could tailor for the child? If a journey is in her future, as I suspect.
Bunch.
I
Sorry.
I might have some old clothes of my own, from the attic I could get for her. Um, I will bring them to the guest rooms. Yes. Um, we have uh, we have several for you to choose from. Some single, some with more than one bed. No one else is staying with us right now, so there is there is much. Come, I will show you.
Thank you. Thank you for all your help.
Oh, it is no trouble. This is how it shall be. Please, masters, if you would follow me. And she gives you a little bow. And little mistress too, of course. And she offers a hand to the little girl who takes it, a cookie currently in her mouth being munched on.
Yes, we.
All right, and she leads you back out into the main hallway where you saw that large, steep curling of stairs. As she does so, she points to the door that you guys are leaving behind that you didn't open. That is the dining room at around 6 of the clock. It will be dinner that I am serving in there. And as she brings you out here into the hallway, she points to this door right here. That is the library. When you have finished with your bathing, it is unlocked, so you may go research whenever you need. There is a washroom under the stairs here if you need a quick pickup, but if you want a real bath, there are baths connected to the roofs. Um,
I'm afraid there will be need for a proper bath at the moment. And Arthur is kind of shifting from one foot to the next. Right.
oh yes, and this is the conservatory. In case you wanted somewhere nice to study, the library is quite dim. It is more open. There are cushions and plants. But if you will follow me up the stairs, and she motions towards the staircase. Alrighty, let me turn on a fog of war. Reveal areas.
Are there many rooms in this mansion?
Oh, yes, it used to be quite a large family a long time ago,
Oh.
but not so much anymore. People would come here for parties, I am told. I was, it was not my time though. Um, I was never. I'm told it used to be quite nice.
Mm,
She smiles
I see.
almost
Thank you.
wistfully.
Okay.
Alrighty. Boop. 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 Oops. Put you in a wall. Boop. I should probably put this girl on the board so you're not confused about where you're supposed to go. So here's the little kid.
Are they wearing the anime maid outfits?
No, they're wearing Victorian maid outfits, thank you very much.
Those are like.
They're very high
Actually,
collared and long
the
sleeved.
Edwardian is worse.
Yep. I can't find a good representation of that though, so I'm just going to put a pretty lady. Here, this is the maid. She's wearing a maid dress instead. Alright, so she leads you down the corridor. And there are a number of paintings here along the walls and a large tapestry that looks like a map of the Barovian lands with a large castle at the very top of it. Very stylized. And she leads you down here.
Arthur gets distracted by the castle in the picture.
She's
Tapestry.
going to open these doors right here to reveal a very pretty room with a small fireplace, and she says, this is one of the main rooms. It has a large bathroom, uh, and there is a sitting room attached, so that if you would like to sit and talk amongst yourselves in privacy, it is a good place. There is also a smaller bedroom attached that might be better for the child. Um, it is normally a servant's room, but if she is if she is wanting to have someone close by, it connects to two of the other rooms, so she would be able to go to whoever she needs to if she's upset. She says it delicately while looking at the little girl with her blood-streaked clothing. Yes, the pictures in here are exactly like Karazhan and Scholomance. Precisely like them. Um, and as she moves down the hallway, she motions to a stone archway that leads to another corridor. And in here, we have another set of rooms. She opens the door to a lovely room that has warm green kind of look to it. This room also has a bathroom attached to it, though not quite as large. It does still have a soaking tub, however, so it would be good for your needs. And then I have two interconnected rooms with a small bathroom that is shared between them over here.
Judging by Arthur's tale, he's really taken with the green room. Like, legs behind, just stares inside the room. Oh, this is pretty.
And oops, that's not reveal. And she opens the door to each of these two rooms in turn. revealing a room with two small beds and a room with one large bed, which is interconnected, with a small bathroom. Oh, I didn't reveal the bathrooms over here. There's that bathroom. There's that bathroom. And that's a closet. There we go.
Oh, these are so cool.
This is my obsessive work for like a couple of months.
It looks really good.
Thank you. So yes, these are our best rooms, but if you prefer something a little bit smaller, I do have two other smaller rooms at the other end of the hall. And upstairs, you will find that there is a workshop if any of you need to complete any sort of repairs to your clothing. There are many things that we use here at the castle, or rather the manor, to repair things. And also the walkway to the observation tower is there as well, in case you wish to climb to the tower. It is the only place that is above the mists in a very, very long while. It is actually kind of nice up there. She looks a little bit wistful. Thank you, I appreciate it. I really love this map so much. In fact, I'm just gonna reveal the other rooms that are here
Yeah.
just because I really like this map, just so you can see what the other rooms look like. So here's the other rooms, and
Okay.
there's also some passageways that servants go through, but I
Oh.
won't reveal those in case it becomes relevant.
I just need a smaller room to myself. That'll be fine.
Alright, the smallest rooms that are still
No.
quite nice are right over here.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Can hear you, Rob.
Oh, what? Hi? Yeah. Hello?
You
I
can
can
see
hear you.
this is a small single room. There is a
Mhm.
bathroom with a soaking tub right next to it that is shared between these two rooms down here.
That sounds great. Thank you very much.
No problem. I apologize that it is not quite as stately as the others.
Oh, I'm not quite as stately a person, so that works great.
She kind of blinks at you in surprise because your cloak and your hat are far more updated fashion than she's used to. And they just look so outlandish that she can't imagine that you are not a noble. And she kind of bows a little bit to Ollie as he backtracks, saying, of course, master, and she kind of fishes for a name.
Oh, the irony.
Master Ollie, yes, and may I have your names as well, that I may better know to whom it is that I bring things and such to?
It's Gananian, but if you can't pronounce that, just Gan is fine.
Master Ganonian.
Oh, thank you very much. These guys have never tried to actually pronounce it.
Nonyam.
Gananian.
Excellent. And the others are Nyan nyan.
Well, Arthur has already disappeared into a room, but he has been referred to by Ollie. And Nicholas is hiding in the corner.
Nicholas is hiding in the corner. Alright.
The dog is Arthur, and the cat is Nicholas.
Masters Arthur and Nicholas. Thank you. The food will be ready at 6, which is in about 4 hours or so. But the Burgermaster has said that you are free to use his library as you wish, and anywhere else that you may wish to use is fine as well. We do not get very many visitors, but our house holds no secrets. You may traverse it as you wish.
I appreciate it.
And is sundown.
What I and she looks very
Like
confused.
out of character, just like
Oh,
Arthur would probably be aware of it, but like
given the
generally
time
when.
zone, it's probably in the area of 7, 8 o'clock right now.
Okay, so like after dinner.
Yeah, it'll be after dinner is when it'll start getting dark.
Thank you.
And Marie gives you a Balgon, and she starts making her way downtown, walking slow, because she is a dignified maid. And
And the kiddo runs around. Yeah.
yeah, she found her room. It's got
Seems
a rocking
legit.
chair. It's got a rocking chair. She's very happy with it. Or rather, she would be if, she just didn't lose her mom and almost get eaten by a zombie and was held hostage by a zombie for like a couple of days. Yeah.
How did she not turn into a zombie yet? Ah.
Well, you don't turn into a zombie right away when you're bitten by them. Usually you, if we're talking like this, usually you don't turn into a zombie unless you fail a couple Constitution saving throws. So
I
there was still a
see.
possibility that she might have not turned into a zombie even with you doing the thing to help her out if she had made a good Constitution saving throw.
I
Wasn't very
see.
likely, but there was always a chance.
Roll for
Anywho.
cleanliness.
So many bathrooms.
Oh. Arthur is shiny, fluffy, his armor is cleaned again, his undershirt is washed and dried, he has fresh clothes on, just like civilian clothes, no armor. He stores it in the room for now. He's like, oh no! Oh my god!
Hands nothing. If you got into the giant bathtub over there, you are currently an ollie sickle.
Oh my god! The water froze. All his hands are stuck. He's too embarrassed to ask for help. Oh.
But it's okay because then he goes ethereal and pulls them out again, and there's a perfect ollie-shaped imprint.
I'm not sure that's better.
It's fine. It's fine. This is how you make ice for a party.
Actually, we should start weaponizing his ability to freeze things.
Oh boy.
Okay, let me take off my armor in the character sheet as well. So fun to run around without armor.
Oh god. Ollie's stuck. But anyway, I guess I don't know which bedroom Nicholas has chosen, so I'm just gonna stick him in this one since he's AFK right now. But anyway, yeah, you all take time to clean up. Anybody doing anything else?
Not yet. It's like when you wish you could just disappear and then the waiter says, yeah, you too. walks away, and you realize you must live with the shame of telling them to enjoy their meal. Aw.
Yeah, I don't know that Gon is doing anything specific. Maybe like reapplying his makeup, checking his clothes, things like that. But he didn't get gunk all over him, so he's fine.
Rose seems very impressed by the thread count quality on the curtains that overhang the bed.
Oh yeah, let's go check those out. Nice.
They're pretty sweet. And Arthur Thorne is thrilled to have a bed big enough to jump on.
Yay! It's a little bit of jumping down because he is a big boy,
Yeah.
even
Plus,
without his armor.
plus the overwhelming urge of pie is stronger than the jumping urge.
Can I roll for it yet? Or is that
Um,
still a while away?
That's still a little bit away. It usually goes for a while once you fail. So yeah. You guys get cleaned up. You do some jumping on beds, some trying to melt yourselves out of ice, but not succeeding all that great. Yeah. And Gon reapplies makeup, and Nicholas does Nicholas things.
Arthur
Very
brushes out his fur and takes a short nap until dinner.
The little girl finds the sitting room, and she proceeds to make a cushion for it on the very plush carpet.
Yay!
Alright, you guys, what would you like to do?
Inquire for pie, perhaps? Is that an option?
Well, the old man did tell you that there was no place here that sells pie, but the old woman who comes to town to sell pie lives in a windmill that is further down the road, like away from the town.
I was thinking more along the sides of. The
Well-
fuck is that phrase? Sorry. I was thinking more along the lines of asking the maid if there's a possibility of having pie with the lunch or if it's only going to be soup.
Oh, yeah, you can go down and see if you can find her.
Yay! Shall do so.
Alrighty.
Okay. Yes, Ollie. He pops back in. I was kind of thinking about asking about pie. Okay. Cause well, it's been a while since pie, and I could. How important is it?
We just all gather Arthur in the room. We need to talk about your pie habit. Getting out of hand.
Intervention.
It's an intervention. Okay. Okay. Do you want to talk in the sitting room then? There's a cord. He still starts wagging, seeing the pillow fort on the carpet.
The little girl peers out from beneath her cushion fort. She still guards her plate of cookies jealously. Not really, she's a sharing type.
Aww. on. Nick, Nick, Nick.
It is a very large house.
Yep. I've lost relatives in a smaller house before, so. The circular nature of the corridor does not help.
Who summons me?
I think Nick might still be AFK, so
Yeah.
I'll just bring him along. I'm assuming he followed.
All this dialogue will be in text anyway, so he probably won't miss anything important he can read back on.
Mm-hmm. Or listen back on it later, since I've been uploading the episodes properly now.
Oh, yes, that's true. I had like 2,000 in my YouTube feed. No.
Hey, baby, I love you. Bye.
For a moment, I thought the carpet fringe was piano keys, and I'm like, there's a piano in here? Oh, no, those are just.
From
No.
cushions.
Oh,
Mm.
that's such a random thing. I didn't expect Arthur to have love of music.
None of
So,
these
Good
chairs have cushions. I will sit on the floor here.
Seeing.
Oh, what?
You know what is it? There's lots of them, like at least 12.
This is very true. But
And
they already
there-
used all of the cushions and the pillows. She gestures around the room.
Perhaps you could borrow the ones in our rooms on the hall.
Okay.
The kind of box that the child needs to be removed for serious talks.
She bolts.
Lock the door.
She
if
will
you want us to-
return periodically to dump pillows next to the pillow fort, but y'all can just pretend you're pausing the conversation as that happens.
Okay. Hey, Nicholas is back.
Welcome back.
So, what was the very important, quite important, more important than pie thing? Okay, so I don't have enough voices to be able to do an Ollie
Oh, I
voice
got
and
it.
an Arthur voice as well.
I got it. I got it.
No, I just like realized that no, I can't
My
read that
Ollie
out
voice,
and make it different.
my Ollie voice isn't as good as real Ollie voice, but I can make it happen.
Yay.
Taking a deep breath, Ollie will start in a quiet, calm voice. I don't know much about vampires, or undead, or any kind. I assume at least one of you do. They require food, as any people do they not? Would they perish without it?
Arcana, history, religion check.
This would be a religion or a history check.
Religion it is.
So, while you do know that a vampire without food is not going to be quite as talkative or reasonable as a vampire who has fed recently, they will not die from lack of blood or whatever other viscera powers them. They will go collectively insane.
Well, passes people. They usually do, yes. I believe so.
Goodbye, Patrick.
I've discovered something really cool about my claw attack. Is it a bite attack for me? I want to try that out one day. It's a bite attack, okay. It's gonna be so much fun. I want to try that before shit goes to hell. Oh.
Ollie tilts his head. The maid let on that there are only 3 people in this house currently. 4 if you count the brother. The rest of the help has gone missing over time. I assumed maybe they were being used to feed said brother. The Meister said his brother doesn't have anyone to talk to. This only further solidified my suspicion. I don't know, and I hate to assume, but it is a caution we should keep in mind. There was more help. There's virtually none now.
I
People?
guess that's
The third. Am I missing something again?
You haven't actually met the 3rd person, but he did say that only 2 of his staff had remained.
Ah, okay.
One of
it's
them
a
is Marie.
reasonable.
Yeah. One of them is Marie the maid, and she did infer that there was a cook that worked here as well.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah, that's it seems reasonable to be cautious. I wouldn't suggest we stop being cautious at any point in this godforsaken land. I don't know.
Perhaps, since I kind of read up on these things, and well, we sort of studied undead and fiends and such in the cloister where I grew up in, but perhaps I could investigate that coffin and, well, if a vampire goes without food for a long time, they kind of don't tolerate it well. It would be possible to tell. Perhaps if they had gone hungry, not.
I don't recommend you get close enough to touch it, but looking is probably fine.
I will be careful, I promise. I can check on it, and you can distract the people in the house just in case you would think I'm up to no good. I don't know.
I
Seeing
mean,
people
that's-
still freak out when they look at me, so.
We were told to take care of the situation, so we could very honestly say that we are just appraising the situation.
Oh, that's true, that's true. Okay.
Ollie says that may only mean it's been a while since he's had a meal because they ran out. Ollie frowned softly. I wouldn't mess with it until we're ready, honestly. He seems to have kept it contained for the past 25 years or so,
Well, it looked really secure, so I don't really worry about that. And, well, he still has a couple of servants left. Well, even how the whole village looks, I don't think purposefully the burgomaster, I don't think he would let his brother go hungry if he was inclined to feed him.
That's the thing. I don't know. But something is bugging me. I can't put my finger on it, no pun intended with the earthreal fingers. And this is what's in my mind. I don't want to leave the girl alone in this house if we can avoid it. And I don't want to stay here longer than we have to. I'm going to spend most of my time in the library getting the information we need, and then we need to leave.
I mean,
That's
no
fair.
arguments there. We're only here to check out the library. And also to use the bathing facilities. Hey, you're looking pretty good now, Arthur. Your fur is real shiny.
His tail immediately starts wagging like crazy, and he's like preens and like, thank you so much.
Yeah.
It was a really
don't
nice
like
bath, yes.
I hope we can maintain it this time and that we don't immediately, climb into a pile of guts or some mysterious glue or
To be fair,
anything of that
I
nature.
did not climb into anything this time. Zombie exploded at me.
Yeah, that is true. Oh,
What?
Yeah, there's the sound of small impacts on the floor as she drops the stack of pillows she'd been carrying in horror.
Huh?
To kill the bad man, like we said, remember? Before?
He exploded?
August. August.
Into a cloud of
Arthur's
dust.
ears flatten and he kind of whines.
He was a
Yep.
zombie?
Uh...
Is it time for group 2 or not yet?
Not
Not
quite
yet.
yet.
About 30-ish minutes.
Okay.
Leosaur's disembodied voice echoes through the hallways.
Isn't it Lucius, though?
It's the same thing and you know it.
With apologies for his actions and then left. Surprise guest!
Black, Dragonborn phases through the wall. Hey kids, wanna see a dead body?
Ah! Wait, phasing is Ollie's job.
It's not just a phase.
I guess you could call this his goth phase.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, Arthur would love to take advantage of a soft bed as well because he's tired. With all the running around for pie and exploding zombies and zombie children, he's tired.
Alrighty.
There you go.
Explodes with apologies and vowed never to show his face again through his actions. You'll never have to fear him again. I promise. Okay. She's gonna pick up her pillows again and shuffle over to make the fort bigger. And then crawl in. And then barricade the entrance with more pillows.
That's a good looking fort.
Thank
Very
you.
defensible. Oh my god, that's so adorable.
I still have my cookies if you want a cookie.
Do you have pie? Have you seen any pie in the kitchen?
Nicholas will actually want a cookie.
She holds out a cookie from inside of the fort. Through a slit in the pillows.
I'm just imagining like this voice coming from the fort, not the head, just the voice. Want a cookie? Cookie. Through the blanket.
And, no, I don't have any pie. My mommy said that the pie is bad pie.
Oh, it's so yummy. Oh well,
She
I
said
guess
not
we'll
to
just.
eat it because it smelled wrong.
Or mommy could tell that it smells wrong.
Your mommy had
Arthur, instant suspicion. Because he like knows because you will told him why it would smell wrong. It's just very delicious. Bless the fort, bless the fort. Oh yes, of course. May I, as a knight of the matter, may I bless this fort for you, my lady?
Oh,
He
okay.
kind of drops to one knee and bows again towards the fort.
You see a pair of small eyes peering at you from between some pillows.
Should I?
Oh, she said okay, yeah. Okay.
As you wish, my lady. And he dramatically draws his huge sword. Actually, I don't think he has his sword on him.
Yeah, you said you took off your armor and stuff.
Yeah. So he kind of runs and grabs his sword from his room. Belts it to just over his clothes. Comes back in very nobly, even without the full armor. Draws the sword dramatically and motions with it, kind of one side of the fort, the other side of the fort, gently tapping it on the very top of the fort. Wait, how do you say that in English? By the powers invested in me, by the Almighty God Ilmater, protector of those in need, I bless this pillow fort. May the
There.
cushions hold forever, and may they protect with their softness this lady within.
Alright, Arthur. Roll me a religion check with disadvantage.
Oh god. 12?
So, you say the words, but as they leave your mouth, you just feel so utterly wrong. Wrong. Very wrong. And you drop your sword to the floor, and you find that you feel nauseous, bile retching at the back of your throat.
Um,
In fact,
Excuse me. And I ran off to the closest bathroom. I think there's a toilet still.
that's the toilet.
Like the type of instinct one has if one had a weak stomach as a child to zero in on the toilet.
And after you finish and with that, and you go to clean up your face in the sink, you take a look at the mirror there, and it's just for a moment, but you think you see a shadowy figure smiling over your shoulder before it evaporates into mist. And that's where we're going to end it for the night.
I wanted to answer that. Okay.
Also, no, it's not Thorn.
No, I didn't think so. It's like, did you have to do that?
All right. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. It was great having you. Anybody out there who was watching. You can see the second group in about 30 minutes as we play Barovian Nights, Curses Strahd Barovian Nights, which is supposed to be the not silly group, but they're currently having guys' night, so like all fucking bets are off, I guess. Um, so yeah, that's happening. Um, so yeah, we will see you in 30 minutes, and you will also see us on Monday for the makeup episode of Dragons Also Maybe Dungeons. Rooney had some family engagements she needed to go to, so we decided to wait until Monday so that we could all be together. But yeah, we will see you tomorrow night at 9:30 for Dragons Also Maybe Dungeons. From those of us here at Curses Also Maybe Vampires, good night. Don't let whatever's in the coffin bite.
Uh,